Aloha everyone, and welcome back to AlohaJenn's beauty blog. For those of you that are new here, hi, my name is Jen and I am a licensed esthetician in the state of California. Well, welcome to this video. So tonight we're going to take it back old school and we're going to play around with the Pico Toner with the infinity probes. Now this is going to be a quick microcurrent treatment. With the infinity probes, you can get a quick treatment in because these probes carry the most conductivity out of any attachment that comes with your, or that is made for your Pico Toner. So we're going to start off by working P2 into the skin, and then we're going to do some quick lifts. Now, I haven't done microcurrent since my last video, which was a week ago from yesterday, which was Monday. And I had every intention of coming in here and filming a video for you guys on Wednesday, but my schedule changed. There's just some things going on work that I can't talk about here, but I just had a really crazy week last week. It completely drained the life out of me, and I feel like I'm still recuperating from that. So we're going to do that tonight. I'm also going to show you, I was browsing the Calecim Facebook ad for their products. I saw an ad that popped up on Facebook, and it was talking about their eye cream, which I freaking love. My eyes look so good, but this keeps my eyes hydrated all day. I don't have to worry about my concealer creasing or it looking dry or cakey. So far, this has been a love. Usually by, week number 2, I start to notice I need to add more hydration to my eyes or moisture. And this has just been working phenomenally. So far, I'm quite impressed with this. So I saw this ad and I was looking up, the comments on there. And somebody asked if they could layer these 3 products together, the pink serum, the night recovery complex, and the multi-action cream together. And they said yes, and what they would recommend is the professional serum first, then your night recovery complex, and then your multi-action cream. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this because this is a beautiful overnight treatment. And it's also great for those nights when you are lazy and you don't want to complete your whole skincare routine, but you want your skin to look really, really good the next day. So this is great. So after 2 weeks of use, here is what is left of my pink serum. Now, granted, I have tried this 3 times. Well, this will be my 3rd time. I've tried it twice. And so I did have to apply this directly to my skin again, but I have been using this twice a day in my multi-action cream as well. So we're going to do that tonight, but this ice cream is so good. I have an update on the restorative hydration cream. So unfortunately, this cream did not work out for me due to the fact that it has linalool and limonene in it. Those are known allergens to skin, and I am allergic to them. So what ended up happening is I went through the whole tube, but it just really makes my skin red and irritated. So I will not be purchasing the restorative hydration cream. This is a pretty pricey product. And I've had a couple people reach out to me about this and saying, they didn't see much with this, especially for the price. So this is the one product that is a dead for me that I will not try. Now they do have a pigment corrector serum and I don't need that. So I will not be picking it up. But these other 4 products, mwah, 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 chef's kisses. So I also switched back to my Isden creams on Sunday. Just to give them a try and a go, and I have been loving them. My skin actually missed them, so those still remain to be my favorite moisturizers. Don't get me wrong, I love the Neova ones, and I think the Neova ones will be good for me to use in the summertime, but I also think that they're great if I know that I'm going to get, excessive sun exposure due to the DNA repair enzymes and copper tripeptides in there, but also after sun exposure to where my skin is left irritated from maybe like a slight burn or something, which I hope doesn't happen. Those are great. So I'm switching back to the Isden creams for now, and I'm gonna give those a go. And then I did order the new Viktoria De Ann. They came out with 2 moisturizers and an eye cream. It's called their VioPure line. My rep reached out to me and they were having a special for just 1 set only where I could get all 3 for a really good price. So I decided to order them to try because I haven't tried them yet. So I'll eventually get to those maybe after I finish the Isden creams and then decide if I want to go back to Isden, Neova, or stick with the VioPure, because the VioPure are supposed to be really good. And this way you guys can get my feedback on those who are curious to try those new moisturizers from Viktoria De Ann, because they're not cheap, but they look really promising. I have to watch a couple of videos that they sent me. I haven't had time to really sit down and watch them, and I haven't really been in the headspace to watch that type of content right now. So I will watch those, and then when they come, I'll go over those with you. So I have a couple of things. So today I'm wearing a full face of the CL makeup. So I have the Tint and Protect in SPF, or it is SPF 50, but this is the light medium. This is a tad bit too light for me. It kind of makes me look a little bit yellow. So I did add in 1 drop of the Bronze and Protect and mixed it in and applied it to my skin. I think it looks pretty good, but I just noticed that the Bronze and Protect, because these are a pretty luminous liquid bronzer, made it a little bit more luminous on my skin than what I like. So I'm probably gonna pick up the shade medium in this, which was a tad bit dark, but I do have their Finish and Protect setting powder, and I have the shade light. And I noticed when I put this on my skin today that all over that this did kind of lighten up the foundation, so I think that this would be good. I may pick up the shade in medium in this as well, but I used their concealer. Now I have the concealer in 4P. I gotta order a different concealer. I think I'm gonna order the number 5, which is a light medium peachy. This is just a tad bit light for me and a little bit yellowing, but the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder and Ube Birthday Cake will help cancel out the yellowness if I wanted to, but I was testing out the CL again today. So I'm gonna order another one of these, and I applied this differently today to underneath my eyes, and it was such a game changer. What I did is I put some of this on my hand, and then I took my concealer brush, which today was the BK Beauty. This is the A506. This is from the collaboration with Angie Hot and Flashy. And I just dipped it into my hand, dipped the brush onto my hand, picked up some of the concealer. And then I applied it around my eyes like that, and it worked beautifully. Because this is a really thick and creamy concealer, so it can be a bit heavy underneath the eyes, but that application totally worked because I do not have any creasing underneath my eyes. And what I love about this whole entire line is everything is a mineral SPF protection. All the liquid products are SPF 50. The powder and the Sculpt and Protect stick are SPF 30. And then they're coming out with the makeup primer, which looks gorgeous, which I'm gonna pick up. It releases on Friday. And it's an SPF 30, but their blush is a SPF 50, SPF 50, SPF 50, SPF 50. So that's nice. And this is a really nice makeup line to use, more towards the summertime, but all year long. And I really love how the Tint and Protect looks on the skin. I have my best friend, she has dry skin. She loves this. She doesn't like to wear foundation on her skin, and she usually goes for a skin tint. I've turned her on to the Rose Ink skin tint, and then we went to Hourglass, and then I told her about this one and she picked it up and she absolutely loves it. This, I believe, has a little bit more coverage than the Hourglass and the Rose Ink Skin Tints, but it's beautiful and it has SPF 50 in mineral form and it doesn't dry out the skin or anything. And I really love the way it looks on the skin. So would you guys like for me to do a full face of the CL makeup products, and we could do like a full look with them? So just let me know down below, because I haven't seen a full face of these products on anyone to where the video is just like, you know, in really good detail. It's just all quickly reviewed, and a lot of them are just individual products, but I think seeing them applied to the skin in one full video and how they work together would be really beneficial for you guys. So just let me know. They do have a highlighter that's new, but I wouldn't do it until after the makeup primer gets here, because I want to try that makeup primer. It just looks really, really good. So, and I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but I did order the new Natasha Denona Bloom palette, and it arrived yesterday. And I just did a quick makeup look with this yesterday when it arrived because I couldn't wait. But it is a lot warmer than what I expected. So this palette is really beautiful if you love peaches and corals. If you don't love peaches and corals and you don't like warm eyeshadows, then this wouldn't be the palette for you. Now, I did order this. I know I said I wasn't going to, but I had some major Natasha Denona points. I got this palette for like 30 bucks, which is insane because it goes for 69. I love the packaging of this. It's so beautiful. This is the most beautiful Natasha Denona packaging ever. It's so detailed and so beautiful. You have her artwork that she designed here. She painted this, and then you've got this really pretty metallic sort of peachy pink line that goes around the flower. And then this is a translucent like peachy pink plastic piece. And then the quality of the palette in general is one of her best quality palettes packaging wise that I have in my collection. And I couldn't pass it up. I could not pass it up. I mean, I could keep the packaging and pop all these colors out and create my own palette and keep it like this, but it is so beautiful. So I'm gonna play around with this, and eventually I'll do a look on here with this palette. But I mean, if you don't like a warm color story, if you don't like peaches or corals, it won't be for you. I'm gonna hold it up with the I Need a Warm palette, and this makes the I Need a Warm palette look very neutral. So here is the I Need a Warm palette, and here is the Bloom palette. As you can see, this looks more neutrally brown. When I very first tried this, I thought this should have been called I Need a Peach, but this one is definitely I Need a Peach. So that's what they look like together. Now, I don't have any other palettes really that you could compare this to, because I do not have the Love palette. I don't have the Bronze palette. I don't have the Sunset palette. So the only other palette I can think of, I mean, that it would be close to semi, would be my Dream palette, I'm sorry. And here is that color story. As you can see, there's some of the warmth in here as there is in here. But yeah, so I just thought I would share that with you guys for my makeup friends. So we should probably get into this treatment now so my video isn't so dang long, right? It's a 14-minute introduction. So I'm gonna step off camera and cleanse my face, and then I will be back for this microcurrent treatment. I'm gonna come back with my Viktoria De Ann Peptides already applied, so you guys don't have to wait for that. So I'm gonna go in with Lift, Tone, Elastin, and Repair as my treatment Peptides. And we're gonna use the Zip Silver Gel tonight, and I'm also going to, before I apply the Zip Silver Gel, I will be applying a layer of the Avene thermal spring water. I love to use this for microcurrent. The zip gels have been my favorite for microcurrent just because they stay slippery and I don't have to rehydrate them. They also have skincare benefits in them. And I notice I don't have to use as much of those gels as I do other gels. I find other gels that absorb into the skin really easily. I'm always constantly reapplying them, and the next thing you know, I'm using a dollop like this big. So the zip gels I still love, just not their device. So let's get into this. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and I just got done applying my Viktoria De Ann Peptides. My eyes are really sensitive today, by the way. The flowers are starting to bloom. I love spring. It's one of my favorite seasons, but my allergies don't like spring. But look at, can you guys see like how much firmer this area looks? And like when I look at myself dead on now, I don't really notice the, separation right here of the marionettes. Like I did before, but when I turn to my side, it's less noticeable as well. So that's fantastic. All right, so one more product I forgot to mention that I did pick up. I did pick up the new Westman Atelier bronzing drops. I got the shade 3. I love these. I think they're beautiful. They are a matte finish. They're, you can do these, you can do a light application, you can make it intense. They do dry down fast, so you got to work with them fast. So if you dot it onto your skin, you got to blend it in right away. Otherwise you'll have that, staining on the skin. But my only complaint, well, I have 2 complaints about this, is the packaging. It's very messy because every time you shake them, because you do have to shake them, some comes out at the top with the lid closed and then it gets messy. And then the other thing is that these only have a 6-month shelf life, which is not cool for something that is a luxury beauty item. So that's the thing you got to watch out with Gucci Westman products or Westman Atelier A, is because since they are a clean brand, a lot of their products don't have a long shelf life, and it's mainly their liquid products. My blush, I've had my Petal blush for over a year. Still smells good and it still works just fine. So the cream products, they have a longer shelf life versus the liquid products, and their lip balms. The lipstick seems to be fine, but just take that into consideration. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up my Pico Toner. So I have my Pico Toner accessory cable, plug it into my Pico Toner. And then I have my infinity probes. Now, if you guys own these, you know that the cord is long because these are made for professionals to work on clients with, and we need those longer cords. So I wrapped mine up and put a cute hair clip on it. So these have the banana jacks on them. And what you just do is you take your Pico accessory cable and you plug it in there to work with your Pico Toner. And when you order these from Neurotris, you just let them know which device you have. You say like Pico Toner, and I don't think they have like the Jane Man Lift or the Jane Man Special Edition. So you just say the Pico Toner if you have one of the 3 home devices, and then they'll give you the right connectors. Now, with these, you do have to do negative over positive, and you have your different size wands. Now, you can switch out your tips if you want. You could buy a new tip, like if you prefer having both of the thicker tips, then you can, switch this one out for that, just so you guys know. So I'm gonna go in with the Avene Thermal Water Spray. I love this stuff. That's just a great everyday skincare product too, not just for microcurrent. And then we're gonna go in with the Zilp Silver Conductive Gel. And I'm gonna start out with 6 pumps. And I'll just start out on my forehead first, apply it around my eyes. Now, I don't have an option for a leave-on microcurrent gel. I don't like leave-on microcurrent gels because if you plan on going on with any sort of skincare after your treatment, your skincare products won't penetrate that microcurrent gel, because usually it has ingredients in it that have bigger molecules, such as glycerin, maybe like a higher molecular weight hyaluronic acid, and like any of your special serums won't penetrate that after you, if you plan on applying them after. I just prefer to wash my microcurrent gel off. So, and zip gels you should wash off. Some people like to wipe them off and then follow through with a moisturizer, but I just wash it off. Okay, so we're all gelled up, and we're gonna go into P2 first and work that into the skin really quick, and then we're gonna do some quick lifting. So I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this because I don't have a lot of time, as per usual. So I'm taking my P2 up to 25%. Now my probe feels loose here. So with these, I didn't apply enough of the zip gel to my chest. So let's do a couple more pumps. So let's do that. Okay. All gooped up now. Now you could just go in with the gloves. I'm just not a huge fan of the gloves because they're kind of scratchy for my sensitive skin. So the thing is that you have to make sure you always have a probe touching your skin when you use the probes. And I'm not like going to be doing any lymphatic drainage. What my main focus is just working P2 into the skin. Now P2 is a beautiful program. It's one of my favorite programs ever with microcurrent because this works in the skin. It stimulates ATP, it stimulates elastin, and brings radiance into the skin. And it does help with fine lines and wrinkles, but this is a beautiful program to use if you have any sort of irritation in the skin. I find that it's very healing and very calming and soothing to the skin. And my skin could really use that right now because since it's allergy season, I am just a little bit sensitive than what I normally am. This last week, actually, I've been noticing it more and more. So I'm just working this into the skin. Now I want to focus here on my collarbones, treat that skin with this current. You can go around it just like this. Now this current, you won't feel anything in the skin, okay? You won't feel any fluttering. You won't feel anything with this. Okay, now what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna take it and I'm just gonna work this into my neck. So this is just like a no thinking routine. Now with the Pico toners, you can go in and use them every day, but in the sense of like if you felt like you had to do microcurrent every day, what I would suggest you do is one day go in and use P2, and then the next day you could do your lift and tone. But I love to go in with P2 first and, get the tissues all hydrated, work into the skin, get the prepped for a really good lift. And this P2 you can use over the center of your neck to treat that neck skin. So, but I don't recommend you use lift and tone every day unless you're working on a section every day. Like one day you want to work on your jawline, then the next day you want to work in your cheeks and then your eyes. Then I would recommend, then yes, you can use it every day. But our skin needs a break from all this energy in the skin so the cells can repair and regenerate. If you overstimulate the skin with microcurrent by using it too frequently in the same areas, like such as every day, or you're using too high of an intensity, you'll have the adverse effects, like your skin won't look good. Same thing can happen with any device, including LED light therapy. I saw an influencer who's a professional saying that she uses her LED light therapy twice a day. No, you don't want to do that every day because it's overstimulation of the skin and will create adverse reactions in the skin. So just be mindful of that. More isn't always better. Stronger isn't better. It's not going to produce more results, okay? So with these infinity probes, they're very concentrated with the current. It's very powerful. So you may find that you don't have to use as high of an intensity with the infinity probes as if you were to be using like the gloves or the Jade Man lift probe. I like to spend a good amount of time on my neck, especially right here in the center, to really get in there and treat that skin. And then next, I'm just gonna take this and I'm just gonna work it up along my jawline. And you can go back and forth like this. You can just go in one direction. You can focus on lymphatic drainage. Okay, and then, you know, I like to come in here and go over my chin. I try to treat all areas of my skin with P2 and go over your lips. You can treat a big section just like this. To me, this blows away Founder's favorite in the zip. It's not like I don't like the zip, I just don't really see much results as far as lifting and toning with that device. It does have some great programs in it, but I really became jaded with that device ever since, you know, they didn't go public with the issues, and they tried to recently pawn it off on the customers to find an excuse because they were saying that they were getting water in the port, or, you know, cleaning down the probes with alcohol and it was corroding the probes, or they were charging it with the wrong cords. And you know, it sounded like to me that they were putting the blame on the customer, but in fact, it's just a poorly designed device that goes to prove that they need to go work on that design. So in my opinion, that device should have been pulled from the market, but no, they kept selling it, and no public announcements were made of any of the faults or the problems that the patients that the customers were having. But they did, you know, exchange the devices and give refunds to those who qualified for the refund. It's just the hassle of having to deal with that, and then how they went about it by sort of like blaming the customer for the poorly designed device. And then they paid influencers to promote it, and they're still paying influencers to promote that device, which goes to show you, if they're paying influencers to make content, they have money, because some of these influencers that have been here for a while, some of them charge like $5,000 for a sponsored video. I would say the least amount that they pay is probably like about $1,500, but depending on the influencer that they work with, it's going to be more. And if the influencer discloses the promotion, there's a lot of them out here who don't disclose sponsored content. So just so you guys know, and I don't like that. So, but I do love their conductive gels. And that's another thing too, is that they raised the price of their conductive gel, the silver gel, that their hottest, most popular gel, because it was the most affordable with the skincare benefits, to, I think, make up for the cost of all the money that they lost from returning those devices, faulty devices, to people. So sometimes my probes do touch. It's because I don't have a mirror in front of me. I'm using the camera. So just be mindful of that, because when they touch, the current does cancel out. And I am taking this over my eyelid skin too. You know, Neurotris devices are medically cleared to use all over the body, but it is still your own discretion. And remember, I'm on P2, so this isn't working in the muscle. It is just working on the connective tissue. I'm not the connective tissue, but the skin. Sorry, I'm all mixed up. You know, I did not get any sleep over the weekend, and I was hoping to get caught up on my sleep since I had such a rough week. And I've been waking up again at like either 1:30 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and I can't go back to sleep. And it's because I'm stressed, and I was doing so good with my stress, but that hasn't been happening this last week, just because work is really, really stressing me out. Like, oh, I know I shouldn't let it do it, because you know what? I would be, you know, they can let me go in a hot second, but I'm just stressed because like all this responsibility has been put on my shoulders, and it's like I have no help. I mean, I do have help, but they don't do anything, and they get away with it. So it's just very frustrating, and I try not to care, but I have to, because guess who has to deal with the aftermath of the other person not doing their work? It's me. So I'm going to spray some of the Avene Thermal Mist, and then now we're going to go into the P1 program, which is Lift and Tone. And I'm going to turn mine up to 30%. I'm going to test that. And this is where you have to have negative over positive. So I'm going to take my positive, and I'm just going to lift up and take my negative and hold over it. And we're going to just hold for about 10 seconds. And then I'm going to work on my jawline. Now, I'll be honest with you, I'm not very good at using the probes for lifting and toning, just because my hands don't work very well with the pinching and holding anymore. I like it to use these more so on my clients for lifting and toning versus myself. But it's a really nice quick way to get in there. So I'm going to hold this one for 10 seconds. And you can kind of cover a good large area at the same time. So everybody has their own accessories that they like. Some prefer the probe, some prefer the lift like myself, some prefer the gloves. I prefer the lift. But the probes are nice to have on hand. And then also you can use them for product penetration too, which I've demonstrated here on the channel. Yeah, my hands are really kind of jacked up. I need to work on them fascia wise. They're just really, really tired. And I can't, like, for right now, like, this is really putting a strain on my hand right now. You know, I've been doing a lot of typing, texting. So that all takes a toll on my hands. Okay. I'm going to turn this up to 35%. I feel like my skin can handle it today. There. Now I feel it. I feel some action now. I feel like a little flutter, and you want to feel a little flutter. But just remember, if it feels too intense or uncomfortable, then that's when you turn down the intensity. And my intensity is going to be different than your intensity because my skin impedances are different than your skin impedances. Okay. Now I'm just going to come up over here, pinch the cheek. So it looks smoother up higher than this one. Now let me work the eye. So I'm just gonna hold this right here. And then I'm just gonna go around my eye. So far 35% feels good. Doesn't feel uncomfortable whatsoever. And then I can come up here and then I can just start to lift. You can lift like this around the eye. Or you can do the pinch and hold technique like this. Go in with this one. This is going to be a quicker one because you can grab a bigger area with your probe. Okay. And remember, since we're on this lift and tone program with the Pico Toner, you want to do 5 minutes on one side of the face, 5 minutes on the other side of the face, and so on, because after 10 minutes it switches back to signal 2. Okay, now let's do this side. I'll probably be able to do this side of my jawline better than the other side. Okay. One more for the jawline. Okay. So, Jake, wow, getting some good circulation in my face from this treatment. That's good. We want to see that blood flow. Okay. Get my hand to break. Okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna go, I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna run this around my eyes. Now, this side, it feels a little bit stronger than my left side tonight, which is interesting because usually it's the opposite. You feel it more on the left side because that's the side that your heart is on. Okay, so I'm in signal 2 now, so just so you guys know. So I'm getting a different signal now, but it's not going to really make much difference. I'm still going to get a lift. Okay. Alrighty, and then if you wanted to spend some extra time, you can just go in and start working on the sun damage and the fine lines and wrinkles. And with your probes, you just do these little circle motions to work on sun damage, fine lines and wrinkles. We always want to spend a little bit of time doing that because every little bit helps. Okay, then you can work on those necklines, sun damage. I usually like to do this on when it hits signal 2. Just that the probes are definitely a lot more work than the lift probe. Definitely, I've gotten spoiled with using the lift probe. I haven't used the infinity probes for so long on myself that I just feel a little bit out of touch. So, but then again, my hands aren't working like how they should. So, and I just find that, you know, using these type of probes with microcurrent, they're not ergonomically correct for some of us who have issues with our hands. So make sure you go over those wrinkles. And with the infinity probes too, if you use the tip, that's the most concentrated of the current. So make sure you go over your lip, your top lip, to work over those fine lines and wrinkles. And go back and forth just like this. You can do little circles. I keep touching the probes. Sorry, guys. I'm sure you guys do it too. Someone's probably going to make a smart comment and say, oh, you're not supposed to touch the probes together. Yes, I know. And I'm pointing that out. Sometimes with YouTube, some people get really sarcastic on here, or they troll you and they say some pretty mean things. It just kind of gets to you sometimes being a content creator. I'll work on this wrinkle that I have here. It's looking so much better. I can get really carried away with working on my fine lines and wrinkles like this. It works so well and it feels so good. One thing I forgot to do is plump my lips. So okay, so that is it for our treatment. So now I'm gonna go and wash this gel off, and then we're gonna come back for the Calecim treatment products. So I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, I'm back. I just cleansed my skin. I used the Prequil cleanser. Mine's messy. That is my favorite cleanser ever, but it's also great to use for microcurrent because it has the glycerin in it. And it just makes your skin so plump and juicy for microcurrent and hydrated. But does anybody ever notice, like after you work P2 into the skin with the Pico Toner, that your skin just feels so smooth and the texture is so smooth? But look at this radiance that I have in my skin from that treatment. I love my Neurotris devices. They are the best microcurrent devices ever, especially for home use. Now we're gonna go in with my Calecim pink serum, but I gotta show you what Misha looks like. Come here, baby, come. So she got her hair cut today. Look at how cute she is. Say hi, everybody. This is my favorite sweater for her. I think it's so cute. It's her little diva sweater, but it looks so cute on her. Hi, baby. Why are you shaking? She's. So I gotta hurry up. So we're gonna go in first with the professional serum, and I'm gonna take 1 drop at a time and apply it to all the areas. So we're gonna do this treatment, which I think is gonna be really good after microcurrent. Just gonna let our skin marinate, as my friend says, in Calecim products. And my skin is really absorbing this right now. So I like to take 1 drop at a time and work it on my face. You have more control versus using 2 drops at a time. Usually on my neck and my chest, I'll use 2 drops at a time, just like what I do for Viktoria De Ann Peptides. Okay. So we're gonna put that pink professional serum everywhere. And I'm gonna take 2 drops and I'm gonna apply it to my neck now and underneath my jar. It's not really going that far, but we're gonna make it work. Okay, 2 drops for my chest. Ooh, you get that hint of gaminess from this. Ooh. It smells like vinegar is what it smells like. All right, so that's into the skin. It's completely absorbed. That absorbs into the skin so fast. I have a little bit right here left on my finger that dripped down. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with the eye contour lifting cream. So this doesn't seem like a cream to me. It seems more like a gel serum. And you don't need very much of this. A little bit of this goes a long way. This eye cream is so good. So for those of you who are asking me about this, I definitely say try it. It's good. I love how hydrated and moisturized it makes my eyes feel. And as of week 2, and it's been, it's dry where I live, and I do sleep with the humidifier on at night, but at work, the heater's on all day. My eyes did not get dried out from my concealer or my makeup with this chef's kiss. It's so good. Okay, so next we're gonna go in with the night recovery complex. I think I'm almost done. This might be the last use that I get out of this tonight. Now I put this on like a serum. I don't put it on as thick as I do when I'm using it by itself. When I use it by itself, I usually use 5 to 6 pumps, and I do take it down to my neck and my chest. So I'm gonna take 2 pumps. Put a little bit on my chest, the rest of my neck here, and what's left over. So I did use 5 pumps. Okay. No, I used 4. 2 for my face and then 2 for my neck and chest. I just apply it thin and not like a mask because we're gonna use the multi-action cream over the top of this. Okay, so I think I may have like 1 or 2 more uses out of that. We'll see. Next, we're gonna go in with the multi-action cream, and this is gonna be our last step for our skincare tonight. Now, I wouldn't do this every night. That would be a very expensive treatment. I would do this like 1 or 2 nights a week and test it out and see what you think about this treatment. I think it's wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, need a little bit more of the matte cream. My skin is gonna look so good tomorrow. Now you can go in with LED light therapy after this if you wanted to, but since we already did microcurrent, I don't feel like you need to do LED light therapy, only if you wanted to. Like if you wanted to do LED light therapy before microcurrent, you can. But what I have been doing lately is, since microcurrent already stimulates ATP, and we're using a microcurrent device such as the Neurotris devices that works in the skin, not just the muscles, I don't feel like I need to go in with LED light therapy before my microcurrent treatments, but you most certainly can. It's just less time, but I will definitely perform it on the nights that I don't use microcurrent. So test that out and let me know what you guys think. I think it will save you some time in your device routine if you're not someone who has a lot of time to use devices. So just check it out and let me know. And lastly, let's go in for our lip treatment. I'm almost out of this Osmosis Superfood lip oil. I can't get enough of it. I'm gonna have to order another one of these. Definitely love it. So this tip is really flexible, like I said. I mean, it's not bad. It's just I would prefer it to have a little bit more stiffness to it. All right. So that is my skin. I am a little bit red, but you know, I'm always red because my skin is reactive to touch, but I think my skin looks so good. Let me look at it up close. Wow, looks fabulous. Ooh, I'm gonna be looking so good tomorrow. What? Whoops. All right, guys, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this treatment, and I will see you in the next one, hopefully this weekend. I was hoping to do a favorites video this weekend, but we're gonna start getting back into some facials. I have a couple planned out, and I will be popping up with those soon. So I'm sending you all so much love and light. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.